Hello friends, in previous lecture we have talked about the isolated points, limit point or cluster point of the given set, and we have also talked about the derived set. We also proved one more important result that a subset A of metric space XD is closed if and only if A dash is contained in A. Today we are going to study concept of the closure of set. If A is a subset of metric space X, then closure of A is set of all those points which are either in A or very close to A. Very close to A. So, if XD is a metric space A subset of X, then A closure is precisely the set which is union of A and A dash, where A dash is derived set of A. A dash is derived set of A. Set of A. What is derived set? It is set of all limit or cluster points or accumulation points of A. It contains all those points X belongs to X such that every open sphere about X contain at least one point of A other than X. That we have explained. So by definition of cluster point, X belonging to A dash or X belongs to A. Okay. By definition of cluster point, for X belongs to A dash or X belongs to A, S or X intersection A must be non-empty for every arguable branch 0. If X lies in A, then S or X contain X. It is common point in A and X. If it is outside of that, then we know that S or X contain at least one point of A different from X. And that's why X lies in A closure if and only if S or X intersection A is non-empty set for any R greater than 0. So X belongs to A closure if every open sphere about X contain at least one point of A. So I have written A closure is equal to this. Yesterday we observed that derived set of some subset of metric space may be empty. For example, in RU, if I take set of natural number, set of integers, set of whole number or any finite set, the derived sets are empty set. But here for closure, A closure is equal to A in A dash, it always contains A. So if A is an empty set, then A closure must be an empty set because it contains A set. It contains A set. So now, yesterday I explained how to find set of all cluster points of A, that is A dash set, and just by taking union of A and A dash, you are getting closure of set. So I am not interested to take separate examples for finding A closure of the set. You have to just take A union A dash, and I explain how to find derived set of the given set. So we'll go directly to theoretical part on this. So we have to prove the theorem now. If XD is a metric space A subset of X, then A closure is closed subset of X. Second, A is closed if and only if A is equal to A closure. C, A closure is the smallest closed subset of X containing A, and A closure is intersection of all closed subset of X containing A. Now we have to show that first A closure is closed. We know that given set A is closed if and only if it contains all of its limit or cluster points, or it contains its derived set. To prove A closure is closed, it is sufficient to show that derived set of A closure, that is A closure dash, is contained in A closure. So take X from A closure dash means X is a limit or cluster point of a closure. By definition of limit point, cluster point, every open sphere about X contain at least one point of that set other than X. So there exists some, for given epsilon greater than 0, there is some y in a closure such that distance between X and Y is less than epsilon by 2, and this y is not equal to X. Y not equal to X. Again y lies in a closure, therefore again open sphere about Y contain point different from itself of A. So for epsilon greater than 0, there exists Z belongs to A, Z not equal to Y, such that d of zy is less than epsilon by 2. Now by triangle inequality we have d of xz less equal to d of xy plus d of zy less than epsilon. Therefore, this implies z belongs to open sphere about x with radius epsilon, and it lies in A also. It is member of A. And there is no restriction on choice of A, means open sphere about x with radius epsilon intersection A is non-empty set, means X lies in A closure for any cluster or limit point of itself, and therefore A closure dash is contained in A closure, and therefore by sufficient condition for closed set, A closure is closed set in X. Secondly, we have to show that B is A is closed if and only if A is equal to A closure. Again by necessary condition for closed set, if A is closed, then A dash is contained in A, but A closure is A union A dash. A closure is equal to A union A dash. A dash is subset of A, means A union A dash must be equal to A, and therefore A closure is equal to A. So if A is closed, then we proved A is equal to A closure. Conversely, suppose A is equal to A closure, but A closure is A union A dash, so A dash must be subset of A. So by sufficient condition, A is closed set. Therefore, B part is proved. Now we have to prove C. To show A closure is smallest subset, closed subset of X containing A. To prove this, we will assume that suppose there is other closed set. Okay. For this, let F be closed subset of X. F be closed subset of X containing A such that A closure is contained in, or F is contained in A closure. F is contained in A closure, right? Okay. And F also contains A. F also contains A. Then to show F is equal to A closure. F is equal to A closure. So take X belonging to A closure. So we'll take some element in A closure. Okay. So let X belongs to A closure is equal to A union A dash. If X belongs to A, then X must belongs to F. Okay. Since A is subset of F, if X belongs to A dash, then what to show that X must lies in F. Okay. Then SRX then SRX minus X intersection A is non-empty for every R greater than 0. For every R greater than 0. But what this implies now? There exists Y belongs to A. There exists Y belongs to A. Y not equal to X such that D of XY is less than R. D of XY is less than R. Okay. And this is subset of F. Okay. Implies Y belongs to F is such that D of XY is less than R, which implies SRX minus X intersection F must be non-empty set. Must be non-empty set. Okay. For every R greater than 0. This implies your X belongs to F closure. Implies X must belongs to F. Since F closed, implies F is equal to F closure. Thus, X belongs to F for every X belongs to A dash. So this is 1. Okay. What we proved here, X belongs to A, then X belongs to F. Okay. This is 1. This is 2. From 1 and 2, X belongs to F for every X belongs to A closure. For every X belongs to A closure. This implies A closure is subset of F. A closure is subset of F. And therefore, A closure must be equal to F. A closure must be equal to F. Since F is subset of A closure. Thus result is proved. So I assume that suppose there is some other subset F which is close containing A, and then I proved that F is equal to A closure. Therefore, A closure is the smallest subset which is close containing A. Now we have to prove that D part. D is too simple. So let F alpha varying index set F alpha are closed in X containing A. Then A closure also belongs to, if I take this to be collection, then A closure belongs to C, as A closure is smallest closed subset of X containing A. This implies intersection of F alphas or alpha, this must be equal to A closure. This must be equal to A closure. Is it clear? Thus, D is proved. D is proved. So thus we have proved result about the closure of sets parallel to the results about the interior of sets. So this is the important result on closure of sets. Now we'll find a relation between closures of union of sets, closures of intersection of sets, or closures for subsets. So next theorem, let X be metric space and AB be subsets of X. Then A subset of B implies A closure is subset of B closure. B part, A union B closure is equal to A closure union B closure. C, A intersection B, its closure is contained in A closure intersection B closure. And D, okay, these results are important. Phi closure is equal to phi, X closure is equal to X, which are obvious results. Okay. Proof. A, suppose A is subset of B. What is our aim? We have to show that A closure is subset of B closure. So let X belongs to A closure. Then SRX intersection A is non-empty for every R greater than 0. This implies SRX intersection B must be non-empty for every R greater than 0 since A is subset of B. So SRX contains at least one point of A which is also point from B, and therefore SRX intersection B must be non-empty set. This implies X belongs to B closure, and therefore A closure is subset of B closure. We have taken arbitrary point from A closure and we proved that it lies in B closure. Okay. B part. So let X belongs to A union B closure. Closure of union of two sides. Then here SRX intersection A union B is non-empty for every R greater than 0. This is equivalent to, by distributive law, SRX intersection A union SRX intersection B must be non-empty for every R greater than 0. As this union is non-empty, implies SRX intersection A is non-empty or SRX intersection B is non-empty for every R greater than 0. Implies X belongs to A closure or X belongs to B closure. And therefore X belongs to A closure union B closure. For any X belongs to A union B closure. And therefore A union B closure is subset of A closure union B closure. This is 1 in part B. Now let X belongs to, take X from other side, A closure union B closure, which is arbitrary point. Then X belongs to A closure or X belongs to B closure. Implies SRX intersection A is not equal to phi or SRX intersection B not equal to phi for every R greater than 0. For every R greater than 0. Implies SRX contain at least one point of A union B, and therefore SRX intersection A union B must be non-empty set for every R greater than 0, and therefore X belongs to A union B closure for any X belongs to A closure union B closure. This implies A closure union B closure is subset of A union B closure. From 1 and 2 we get equality. From 1 and 2 A union B closure is equal to A closure union B closure. This result hold. Now C part. In C we have to show that what is our aim about the intersection. To show A intersection B closure is contained in A closure intersection B closure. So let X belongs to A intersection B closure, then any open sphere about X contain at least one point of A intersection B, so it is non-empty for every r greater than 0. Therefore, SRX contain at least one point of A and one point from B. Because SRX intersection A intersection B is non-empty, this implies SRX intersection A is non-empty and SRX intersection B is non-empty for every r greater than 0. And therefore, X belongs to A closure and X also belongs to B closure. Therefore, X belongs to A closure union, intersection B closure by definition of intersection. For any X belongs to A intersection B closure. And therefore, A intersection B closure is subset of A closure intersection B closure. Note, equality may not hold. Example, in RU, if I take Q intersection, Q complement closure. So this is nothing but phi closure, which is phi. And Q closure intersection Q complement closure is equal to R intersection R is equal to R. This implies Q intersection Q complement closure is proper subset of Q closure intersection Q complement closure. So this is the good example for it. Now for last for D, phi closure is equal to phi. Phi and X are closed sets, and for closed set, given set is closed, if and only if their closure is equal to that set. So by using this result, last part also hold. Is it clear? So I'm just giving one exercise to you. Try to prove that in metric space XD, for X belongs to X and R greater than 0, show that open sphere about X, its closure is subset of closed sphere X. Closed sphere. Okay. Give an example of metric space XD and X belongs to X, some R greater than 0, such that SRX, its closure, is proper subset of closed sphere X. Okay. So this is exercise for you. So with the discussion, today we'll stop our session. I request all of you listen lectures very carefully and try to solve exercises, examples on metric spaces related with these concepts from any book on metric space which is available. Okay, whose ebook is also available. You can use any book for studying metric space. There is no any restriction, even though we have Matrix Space by P.K. Jain and Ahmad Khalid. By Nirosa Publishing. You can follow Real Analysis, Methods of Real Analysis by Goldberg, or Topology of Matrix Space by S. Kumbresan, or any other book in which matrix space topic is there. Thanks. Bye-bye.